What's the secret formula for green, yellow, and orange foods on the Noom app? Hey everyone, I'm Janine with 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀. Today I want to talk to you about the Noom app and its food classification system. As some of you may know, the Noom app uses a color coding system to categorize foods. Green foods are considered the most nutrient dense and are recommended to be consumed in the greatest quantity. Yellow foods are considered to be moderately nutritious, and red foods, which the app has recently changed to orange foods, are considered to be higher in calories and lower in nutrients. Something I noticed after trying the app for a month is that Noom doesn't really give you a comprehensive list of foods on their database or inside the app. You have to type in foods one by one to figure out whether it's red, yellow, or green. And if that sounds tedious, it is. But we have you covered because 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀 has done that for you. We categorized a bunch of foods and we made a full and complete list of red foods, yellow foods, and green foods in our blog post, which I have linked in the video description below. We went into a lot of detail here. We broke down each color food list into categories including fruits, grains, veggies, starches, animal and plant proteins, seafood, dairy, soups, condiments, drinks, and even alcohol. Now, Noom does not actually give you the concrete thresholds for calories and nutrients that go into each food color category, so we had to reach out to Noom directly and ask them what the specific formula is for each category individually. This information was not particularly easy to find, and I don't think it is anywhere else on the internet right now because they don't list it on their website or within the app. But we got the details for you, which I'm going to share in this video, as well as some ways you can incorporate each food color into your diet for balanced nutrition. But first, a word of caution. There is a Reddit thread with a hypothesized formula for Noom's color classifications, but I can confirm after getting the actual formula from Noom that this Reddit formula is not accurate. So let's dive right into the food category, starting with the green foods. Green foods in the Noom app are foods that are considered to have lots of nutrients with minimal calories. Noom explains that these foods should be consumed in larger quantities than foods that are less nutritious and higher in calories, like yellow and orange foods. But how does Noom decide whether a food is green or not? They do this by using a food's calorie density, or the number of calories in a serving of food divided by the weight or volume of the food, to determine its classification. Green foods have a calorie density less than or equal to 1 calorie per gram for solid food, 0.5 calories per milliliter for soups, sauces, and spreads, and 0.4 calories per milliliter for beverages. For example, a 30-gram serving of banana has 27 calories, giving it a calorie density of 0.9 and a green classification. You can calculate whether a particular food is green by using this formula. Green foods can be consumed in larger quantities because they have a lower caloric density than yellow or orange foods. And some easy ways to include more green foods while using Noom are to opt for leaner proteins, trade in your carb sources for ones with more fiber like sprouted oats or chickpea pasta. You can also switch to fat-free dairy products and choose recipes with a higher percentage of green foods in them. Now, moving on to yellow foods. Yellow foods are considered to have moderate amount of calories per serving and a moderate amount of nutrients. Noom advises you to consume these foods in moderation to keep your calorie intake on track for weight loss goals. Examples of yellow foods include things like leanish animal proteins like salmon or turkey breast, processed carbs like white rice and couscous, and low-fat dairy products. Noom uses the same calorie density formula to classify yellow foods and defines the yellow category as foods that have a calorie density between 1 and 2.4 calories per gram for solid food, 0.5 and 1 calorie per milliliter for soup, sauces, and spreads. And although yellow foods aren't as low calorie as green foods, they're still important for your overall health. You can incorporate more yellow foods in your diet by including healthy fats like avocado, eating plant-based proteins like tempeh and beans as a main protein source, and adding flavor to your meals by using condiments like balsamic vinegar or Dijon mustard. And finally, let's talk about red foods, or orange foods as Noom has rebranded them as of 2022. They recently changed this because Noom felt that the color red has too many negative connotations, and they didn't want people to feel like they needed to stop eating these foods in order to have a healthy diet. So basically, red and orange foods are the same thing. These foods are considered higher in calories and lower in nutrients, and therefore should be consumed in limited quantities if your goal is to lose weight. These foods are higher in sugar and fat, both healthy and unhealthy fats, and foods with little to no fiber. The nutrient composition for a food to be considered red or orange foods are foods that have greater than 2.4 calories per gram for solid food, greater than 1 calorie per milliliter for soup, sauces, and spreads, and greater than 0.5 calories per milliliter for beverages. When it comes to red foods, it's important to remember that these foods foods, they're not off limits, and they aren't necessarily bad for you. However, Noom does recommend that you limit your red food consumption to about 25% of your total intake. So for example, if your goal is to consume 2,000 calories per day, it's best to keep your calories from red foods to 500 calories per day or less. If you go over your red food recommendation, then you're more likely to overeat and you can miss out on key nutrients that your body needs, depending on which red foods that you're choosing. You can increase your consumption of red foods while still improving the quality of your nutrition by incorporating healthy fats like avocado oil into your meals. You can also add protein powder to your smoothies or eat some full-fat dairy products like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, which will keep you full longer because of the protein content despite being higher in calories. So there are lots of different ways you can incorporate these foods and still stay on track for your targets on Noom. I hope that you found this video helpful and now have a better understanding of green, yellow, and red foods in the Noom app. And as a reminder, if you're looking for a comprehensive list of foods which are in each color category, I have listed the blog post on the green, yellow, and red foods below. That's gonna go over more details and list out those foods for you. And if you would like more information on the Noom app, I have linked my video review for Noom in the description. This is gonna go into how we tested the product, how to save money on the app if you decide to purchase it, and any alternatives that we recommend. I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We will be posting more health app and supplement reviews, so hit that notification bell and we'll let you know when we're posting our next video. Be well, everyone.